They say it takes a village to raise a child, so I'm wondering if you have twins, does that mean you need 2 villages? So I need to find out how we best support a friend who's having twins. So I've come to a whānau who have first-hand experience. Kau e haere me tō rai anake, and of course you've got to take a quiche, even if it's not homemade. Kate and Hayden have 5-year-old Frankie, 3-year-old Gunnar, and babies Estee and Tora. Kate's mum and dad, Tina and Paul, spend quite a bit of time over here now helping out. Who better to ask for advice than the Syers family? Tēnā kōrua, thank you so much for welcoming us into your beautiful home. Now, what do you think people need to know the most about helping a friend who has twins?
Well, I think one of the first things I would say is when people come to you and say, you're having twins, and I go, yes, they say, how can we help? And I say to them, what would you like to do? And so with my friends and family, some would come around and watch them while I slept. That was amazing. And then the other thing would be deliver lots of food.
Yeah.
Keep me fed. That's probably a big thing. And then in our family, we've got 2 other children as well. And so friends and family have really helped us with those.
I only know what it's like to have single babies. How would you describe the difference between singletons and twins?
Well, I think the first thing is the pregnancy's a lot harder, significantly harder, and so you're a lot more tired. That's the first thing. And then I think when the twins are born, it never really stops. At least when you've had one baby, there's a break, but they don't tend to, particularly at the beginning, they don't tend to do the same thing at the same time. They're their own individuals.
Kei te whakai katoa koe ki ana kōrero. So you agree with everything?
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest, I was going to say issue, but it's not an issue, is just that, yeah, you do one baby and then the other one pops up. So throw into the mix, you've got 2 other children. It's pretty unrelenting. But it's worth it, but it's pretty tough.
Ia e whakaro ana mo taku hoa. When I'm thinking about Jenny May, she's not used to receiving help because she's a very onto it person herself. Was that hard for you guys? I imagine you're the same.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the same. We're pretty practical and we get on with things. But we went to a multiple birth evening and they said the first bit of advice is accept help from everyone. And we've done that, right? So.
Absolutely. And my friend with twins said to me, people will want to help you more because you have twins and you must say yes.
The other advice was get bean bags, because when you can't deal with one twin, you've got to put one in a bean bag and they'll just take that baby, swallow it up and hold it like it's a warm kind of embrace. What about the chucks cloth? Where you don't use wipes, you cut up the chucks cloth and use water because you're just going to go through so many baby wipes.
Yes, so many baby wipes. So
practical things like that.
Join the multiple birth group and you can hire things from there.
You get discounts on formula.
Absolutely.
What sort of things do you love about your sisters, darling?
I like them smiling. I like to cuddle. Sometimes I like them to kiss them.
You give them a kiss, don't you?
Yes.
What would you love people to understand about helping people who have twins?
Being specific, because a lot of people say, I'll help you, but you're often a bit reserved in saying what you want. But I think it's best to say, would you like a meal on Friday night? Can I pick Frankie up from school Monday and Wednesday? Those sorts of things that are practical things. I think as much help as you can get at the beginning is when the need is greatest and it pays off.
And I think Jenny May's got her mum coming up as well.
Oh, has she?
Which is really special for you to be able to do with your daughter.
It is, because I think you can really be yourself around your mother. If you're having a bad day, you're having a bad day, and that's accepted, so. And there are bad days.
He anga mo rautaki kua whai hua kia koutou. What sort of plans have you put in place that have really worked for you guys?
Well, I think the first thing is when you have twins, you can easily forget what you've done with which twin. And so when I was in the hospital, they gave me a feeding chart and it would tell me when I'd fed them, when I changed their nappy, what time they woke, and I would recommend something like this. So I started using this in the hospital, and then when we came out of the hospital, we actually got a book going, and it would tell us what time we fed, how much, how long they're on the breast for, or how long they fed for, and then that way I knew what I was doing. If my mum came up and helped, she would know what to do. Same for Hayden, and friends as well.
I feel like I'm a lot more prepared for what's going to be ahead for Jenny May.
Yeah.
Te tūmanako ka whai āwhina, and I hope that will be helpful to her as well. So thank you guys so much.